Welcome back again. I'm your host, Kylan, aka Kai, as most of you know me by, and I have again with me this evening, as you all should remember, Miss Monisha, aka Mo, and Miss Tia.
Hello, hello,
Hello.
hello.
And before we begin tonight, ladies, I do want to remind the listeners that they can now follow this podcast, Seeing Light Through Darkness, on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Anchor. So just look for Seeing Light Through Darkness by My Mental Space. And you can also find us on YouTube at My Mental Space. And as always, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for the latest content. So let's go ahead and jump right into it tonight. So, how we feeling?
Awesome. I'm
Good,
great.
good,
Good.
good.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
We
So,
at the end of the week.
Yes, Lord.
woo, even though I thought yesterday was today, but
You and me both.
It happens. It's okay.
so tonight I wanted to talk about breaking points.
Mhm.
The breaking point. And wanted to see how, with you all's personal experiences.
Mhm.
Just wanted you to kind of share, if you would, to the listeners, a time or a point in your life where you felt, like that was your breaking point. That was it for you, right?
Mhm.
And so if you can just share that, those that experience or experiences, because it could be more than one, and
Mhm.
how it affected you personally. I did want to do this as a series because
Mhm.
I think it's a an important topic, and
Yep.
later on I wanted to touch on how you got through that time in your life, and any lessons that you may have learned from that. So just
Mhm.
want to give our listeners a quick run through of how we're going to do this thing. Okay.
All right.
So, Mo,
Yes.
I want to start with you, my lady.
For sure. Absolutely.
So, what was a time in your life, um, where you felt like you that was it, that was your breaking point, and how it affected you?
I was done. All right. Buckle up, ladies.
Oh, let me
Do we need
read
to
Buckle up.
get
that.
Get
something
your
else to drink?
popcorn.
Right, bartender.
Go ahead. Get your little wine cup if you need to. So,
Hey,
okay.
Sounds
So,
interesting.
we're going to talk about extended families.
mm,
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
And when I say extended families, it could be anything from step kids to their mothers and dads to your in-laws to your grandparents or whomever. So that's what we're gonna talk about tonight.
Okay. We
Okay,
ready. We
so
ready.
I'm ready. All right. So we're gonna give these people false names because we don't want to put nobody's real names out there for liability purposes.
right,
So we're gonna
right.
give them some fake
That is
names.
true. Thank you so
Okay.
much.
You're so welcome. All right. So me being the person that I am, I have been with this guy. I'm gonna say his name is Matthew. Been with Matthew, dating Matthew, going through things with Matthew, going through life with Matthew, dealing with his life. with Matthew, taking on everything that comes with his life. Matthew didn't tell me that he had children.
Mm.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay. So Matthew decided that he didn't want to tell me that he had children when we first met. So probably about almost a year of us dealing with one another,
Mm-hmm.
found out he had children. Okay. One child was already in this world and one child was on the way in the world.
Oh,
Oh.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Y'all got your wine? Your
girl,
popcorn?
I'm
We
sipping
might need
tea.
something stronger
Okay. We need something stronger.
than
Okay.
wine.
Need liquor.
So Matthew decided not to tell me he had kids, even though I asked on a number of occasions, "Do you have children?" And the answer was, "No, I don't have any children." I said, "Okay," because I don't want to deal with nobody that has children because I'm young and I dealt with that and I didn't know what I was doing. So I got to the point where I was like, I'm good on that life. I'm straight. I'm too young to be dealing with that.
Right,
I'm
right,
young. I'm out here. I have no kids. So why am I going to take on somebody else's children? Okay.
right.
So about a year into dealing with Matthew, I find out by a fluke. Matthew didn't tell me he had kids. I found out. So y'all remember, because y'all about as old as I am, the good old caller ID that people used to have.
Gotta get you caught up.
The caller ID box. Okay.
Woo.
So Matthew said, so me and Matthew, we went to college with each other. I met him at school. Okay. He was like, "Yeah, go to my house. I'll be there after school." I was like, "All right, okay. I'm gonna go there after class." So I'm down there waiting at his house, waiting. I'm like, "Dang, where he at?" He said he was coming. I know his class ended at a certain time. Okay. So Matthew never showed up. So I'm sitting there. I pulled the call ID box. I was like, "Who is this number that keep calling?" So again, for legal purposes, we're gonna call this person another name. We're gonna call her Cindy. Okay. So I see Cindy's name constantly on the call ID. I was like, "Who is this? Let me call back." I called the number. I said, "Can I speak to Matthew?" They said, "Hold on." I said, "All right." Matthew answers the phone. I said, "What's up? Where you at?" Click.
What?
I call back again. "Can I speak to Matthew?" Cindy, "Who is this?" "This is Monisha." "Who is this?" "This is Cindy. This is his baby mama." "Who?"
Ooh.
"Excuse me?" "His baby mama." "Who got kids?" "Matthew has kids. Not only does he have kids, he has one on the way." "You lying?" So, me being who I am, I investigate. So, I called one of my really good friends. We're not going to say his name on here. I called one of my really good friends. He said, "I'm on the way, Slim." That's what they used to call me because I was real little back then. "I'm on the way, pick you up." We rolled down. We saw Matthew and Cindy at the house. Definitely his children. The daughter looked just like him. All right. Fast forward. I accepted the children. All right. Because I was accepted by somebody that wasn't my dad or whatever. When my daddy got on his stuff, bull crap, and, just kind of came MIA or whatever. So, I was accepted by a man that generously took us in and acted as my stepfather from the age of 16 on. So, me being who I am, I kind of took that in head or whatever because I really, really cared about this dude at this point after year. I was all in. So, I cared about him, except the kids like they were my own. Okay, boom. Years down the road, we going. I accept the kids as my own. I go pick them up. When Matthew decided that he didn't want to go pick them up, hey, no worries. I got him. I go pick them up. "Oh, they need stuff for school." "Matthew don't have it." "No worries. Monisha got it." "Oh, they got events at school." "No worries. Monisha will be there."
Oh, so
Not a problem.
you was still mama.
Yeah,
I
she was
was
stepmama of the year.
I was
Yes.
stepmom of the year, and this is before marriage. Must we add? Okay, well before marriage. So got married, right? Got married. Had a child of our own, right? Me and Matthew had a child. Still treating the kids like my own. Pick them up, dress them, feed them, anything. Coming in and out of town, because at a point I did live out of town. I didn't live in Atlanta anymore. I lived in Dallas, Texas.
Okay.
Pick the kids up, buying them stuff, everything that you could possibly imagine. Okay. So at the time that me and Matthew were to get married, the two children were supposed to be in our wedding.
Mm.
Cindy decides she wants to come up missing. Okay. Cindy decides to tell me and Matthew that her mother died on Christmas Day.
Please, girl.
Okay. Y'all still sipping?
Girl.
Is the tea still hot on y'all?
Girl.
Man? Okay. So Cindy decides to tell me and Matthew that her mother had passed away on Christmas Day, crying, falling out, bring me my kids. I need my kids close to me. Totally understand, because if my mother had passed, I would want my family near me as well. So being very blind to it and very like nobody's gonna lie about their mother dying, take the kids to her. Okay. Kids come up missing for a whole entire year. Me and Matthew, we got married. Like I said, we had our own child. Boom. About a year or so later, Cindy calls. Oh, I'm just going through it because, my mom died. Da, 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 da. Didn't mean to keep the kids away from y'all. Cool. No problem. Totally understand. If your mom died, I'm sure that's a hell of a thing to get through. All right.
Yes.
Okay. Anybody can understand that if your mama died,
Right.
you going through some shit. Okay.
Right.
So seeing the kids or whatever, I done had my child by now, everybody's family. Once again, Monisha going to get the kids, doing everything for the kids. Clothes, shoes, school, whatever kids need. They always like my kids. All right, so here we go. Once again, Monisha is an investigator. Okay. On Facebook. People stupid about Facebook. So I don't post on Facebook. Went to Facebook. Saw a picture of the mother. Happy Mother's Day. I was like,
I'm done.
I said, no big deal.
I'm done too. I'm walking out.
No big deal. People post parents all the time. They did. They say Happy Mother's Day. Not a big deal. Didn't think nothing of it. All right. A couple of days later, my mind got to thinking like, something ain't right. Went back to Facebook again. I saw a post with one of the kids with the grandmother. 2 pictures, same outfit. 3rd picture, grandmother in another picture, same outfit. Okay.
No, ma'am.
Connecting the dots. I'm like, okay, that child is this age right now. So I just seen that child. So this is not an old picture. That child is that same age. This is a new picture. All right, cool. Didn't say nothing.
Woo!
Hey, Monisha, can the kids come over? Absolutely. I'm gonna drop them off. Not a problem. You know where I live at. Come on through.
Right.
All right. Kids get dropped off at my house. I asked the kids, hey, your grandmother dead?
Mo, is that what you asked?
I did.
Just like that.
I host nothing back. Hey, your grandmama dead? The big one. This is the honest one. Can't hold water now today. Can't tell her shit because she can't hold water. Period. Woo, Monisha, I am so glad that you finally found out because I was tired of holding that secret. No, my grandmama is not dead and she lived with us.
What?
So for 2 years,
Oh
you had me believing that this woman was dead and gone.
Are you sick? Like, why?
How?
On your
Ooh.
mama.
Yeah, you're a sick individual.
You're an individual. Now, what's my breaking point? Okay.
Oh, Jesus.
My breaking point. So I said, okay, no problem. No worries. I got up. The kids went home. I didn't say nothing. I sat back. I said, okay, all this makes sense. We were to get married that following year when she told us that her mother was dead. If you just didn't want them to be in the wedding, you could have said that. I'm an adult. That would have been money for me to save. I spent too much damn money for the wedding any damn ways. So I had bought 2 custom-made damn dresses. I could have saved my money. and she knew that. So what did I politely do? I'm done. And that's what I told her. Don't text me no more. Don't contact me no more. You are lying. I don't need to fill in the blank.
And you
I'm good.
lying on your mama.
How dare, and I sent the picture. I sent the pictures from Facebook.
That's
I
serious.
said, how dare you tell me that your mother is dead and had your kids, who I helped take care of, not their dad, me. I helped take care of these kids. Just because you didn't want them in my wedding, how dare you? How about you don't call me no more, text me no more, leave me alone, you're blocked.
Do the mama know she was
Right.
No.
Do the mama know she was dead?
she was dead?
But the sad part about it, actually ended up dying.
Oh,
my goodness.
God.
Oh my
Yep.
God.
Her mother actually ended up dying. Was we in 2022?
Ooh.
Well before COVID. Well before
Lord.
COVID. The mother actually ended up dying.
Lord have mercy.
So my breaking point was, you basically, you a user, you a manipulator, you a habitual liar, because you sat in my face and you cried, boohoo, tears falling all over the car. And then when we reconnected a year later, you still holding up the same light talking about your mama dead. I was done.
Lord have mercy.
I was done. I was done. We can no longer be on the level of where we cool. We can't do that no more. I'm good. I'm done. It's a wrap. So
Lord have mercy.
That's deep.
Very.
So Mo,
Mm-hmm.
like when you went through that,
Mm-hmm.
you know, the lying, and like you said, you lost money, like you had invested so much time and everything with the girls, like how did that affect you to where, as far as trust in general with people?
It affected me. Well, I don't trust nobody anyways. I give you the benefit of the doubt, but I don't trust you. Period. You gotta earn your trust, because I don't believe people. But what it did specifically, and it's sad to say, I'm sad to say, but what it did for me in those kids' relationship, I distanced myself. It's to the point now where even today I cannot get close to them because of their mother. She's unpredictable. So like I can't even get myself, because they were like my kids. I was like, I'm not having no kids. You got kids. What I need kids for? We good. But it really broke that bond that I had with them kids, and it really distanced my feelings towards them. Unfortunately. Yes.
You know, because when I first met you, and seeing the girls, you know, out at you know, at baseball at the park and thing, you know, that I remember how they would be around, and then after that it was like we didn't see them. And now that you know, telling the story of what happened, now it makes sense. It was like on and off, and then at some point it's like, you know what, I can't. So
it's more stories to fill in the blank why you wasn't seeing them like that. But we'll hold that for a whole nother series. We won't talk about that.
Good. I don't think I can wait, honey.
Oh, like now, Tia, you got something. You know what? Let me say this before I move on to you. Like Mo, I do want to say, even though that was something that, you know,
it was terrible.
You know, right?
Terrible
for you to go through. You like, you know what? That you know that hurt. But I do commend you on stepping up, even after
Right.
in the beginning it didn't. It was a lie then.
Yeah, it was a
Cause
lie
you
then.
really had the opportunity to you could have
Walk
just
away.
walked.
Walked
I
Quite
could have
away.
walked away. Yeah, I could have walked away because at the same time, and we're going to give this person another name too. At the same time, I was talking to Benjamin. Benjamin didn't have no kids. Benjamin had a house. He was done with school. No kids, no drama, no nothing. But I chose Matthew. Why did I choose Matthew, y'all? I don't know. Okay.
We all have the
Yes.
we ooh.
Why did I choose Matthew? Like when you look at it on paper, Benjamin was perfect. That's what you should want. But Matthew, something about the chocolateness
They
had me
just do
wrapped
something
up.
to your
Just
soul.
had me wrapped up. So the chocolate and the dreads and the straight teeth, doggone twinkle my eye on the side when I should have been over here still with Benjamin.
Not twinkle your eyes.
Right.
It twinkled my eye. I was like,
Twinkle
oh
in
my
my eye
gosh.
for Matthew.
Like it twinkled my eyeballs and I got hypnotized by the dark skin. The dark skin and the dreads. Cause ladies, you can't be getting caught up on that damn dark skin. Sometimes that's just evil. You gotta just walk away from the dark skin and just look at it and move on. Cause sometimes it ain't what you need in your life. Just telling you, just. So yes, that was my breaking point because like I treated this lady like she was a part of my family. I would invite her to like if we had different functions or like I will always have the kids, dress them up, take them pictures, take vacations. Like these was like my kids. Like people would be like, "You got kids?" I'd be like, "Yeah, I got kids," even though they really wasn't mine. But I would tell people like, "Yeah, they're my kids."
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And people would believe it. They'd be like, "Oh, they're my kids. Yeah, they're my kids." But after that, it really broke. It broke that bond or whatever, and it really kind of took me back where I had to take steps back. Like, you know what? I can't get close because of what, and it's sad that kids get punished and it ain't even their fault, but it's because of the parents have so much power and control or whatever, through manipulation and mind games that they do on kids, that I was like, you know what, I gotta take a step back because I refuse to go all the way in and get deep in again, and boom, they out of my life again.
Right.
So
yeah, that was a lot right there. But yeah, Mo,
it was a bit much.
Yeah.
I commend you on trying to be a positive influence and another mother figure. You weren't trying to take the mom's place, but you were glad. So I think anybody would respect, somebody like that being around their children.
You would think.
You would think so,
but she took it as that her kids wanted to be around me more. And that wasn't the case because at the end of the day, they gonna have a connection with you regardless because you're their mother. But she felt that, you giving them more than what I can give them. And again, don't fault me because of I had no kids, so shit. If I wanted to spend money, it really wasn't nothing to spend money. Like, don't be mad at me. So it was a lot of that where she thought of like where she felt like she had to compete or whatever. I'm like, you you gonna drive yourself crazy trying to doggone compete financially, because guess what? I'm not gonna get broke for you or nobody else. Period.
I know that's right.
So you're gonna be competing by yourself.
So now I'm getting curious, because you're starting to, share some juiciness. So I'm a pause you. Let's
Okay.
pause in it, because like I said, I don't want to rush this. I don't want to rush this topic.
We can definitely pause this. I'm telling you, there's so many pieces and puzzles and parts that I can just keep going on, and y'all will probably look at me in my face like, how in the world did you stay with all the foolery?
Yeah.
I'm sure. Yeah. Most definitely.
Yeah. Oh. And I'm telling you, it's the dark skin, y'all. How you captivated. Just saying. It was. I'm just gonna be honest with you for real, because okay, so y'all know the spectrum. All right. Again, y'all about the same age as I am. Most of the times, brown skinned girls, the light skinned dudes like the brown skinned girls. The dark skinned dude like the light skinned girls. That's just how it always went. Our era. Now it's all over the place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's how it was in our area. Just point blank, period. Ain't no sugarcoating. That's just how it was. Okay. Right. So I'm in the brown skin category. So it was nothing but light skinned dudes like me through all out my life. I had this dark skinned dude that liked me with dread and tall. Oh, come on now.
And don't forget the teeth.
And fucking straight white teeth. Okay.
And so that's how, and so you felt like really special. That made you feel special.
It felt like, wow, like this dark skinned dude like me. Because again, at that time, in our era, I wasn't the typical type that a dark skinned dude would like.
Right.
At that time. Now it's things are different. It's all over the place. But then you didn't see that at all, because children's mother is on the lighter spectrum. So it was just like, wow, okay.
So that's why it seemed like that's why you chose Matthew.
That's why probably, yeah. Because Benjamin was on the brownish side. So of course, that's just what happens.
Right.
So to be able to, get this attention from, the other side of the spectrum was just like, wow.
I got it.
Wow.
So with that being said, so now I'm curious, Tia, Miss Tia.
Yes, ma'am.
So see, you hear Mo just dishing out the juice. And this is just the beginning. So Tia, what you got? So now
I got them too. So my little story time would be how I found out I thought I was the main, but I was the side chick the whole time.
Oh no. Uh-oh.
Yes, honey. So me and okay, so long story short, me and this person, we were in high school together. In high school, we did not date, did not look at each other like in any kind of sexual way at all. This was my homeboy. He will put me on to his friends. I will put him on to my homegirls. I'm not even gonna necessarily say friends. And just one day, I think he had and mind you, this is maybe like a couple of months after graduation, or that summer or whatnot. And this same girl, I knew about her because of course we was friends. I know when prom came, he took her to prom. I went to prom with my dude. Okay. So fast forwarding some. So that summer, we just don't ask me how it just happened. We linked. It just
Mhm.
happened, and I'm like, okay. Both of us, I thought was in agreement. Okay, we're good for each other.
Mhm.
Um, so we dating. Um, and like it was like, couldn't nobody tell me no. This is my boyfriend. Like we click. Like we still in homeboy homegirl stage, but we're
Mhm.
dating. So um, now that same that next summer. So we fast forward. Now we're dating. We've been dating for like a year or so. Mind you, I don't know nothing. This my homeboy. This my homeboy. We good for each other. This my man. You can't tell me nothing different. Unfortunately, that summer,
Oh Lord.
July, my mom passed.
Mhm.
Mm.
And she really did pass. This ain't no lie.
Mhm.
I'm not like
Yeah.
Cindy. She really did pass.
Oh.
Um, and throughout the whole, all jokes aside, throughout the whole thing, he was there for me. Even when it came down to the last, my mom taking her last breath.
Mm.
Like he was the person I sat in that hospital lobby room. Like I'm not leaving out of here because my mama was supposed to walk up out this hospital. Like
Mm.
I just felt like I was in a twilight zone. So
Mhm.
Mm.
we going through that. For my mom's funeral, it was you had to wear certain colors. He did that for me. At the
Mhm.
funeral, we doing this, we doing that. Red flag number one.
Mm.
Red flag number one.
Mm.
Um, and it was a whole bunch of flags. I was just stupid. Um, his cousins, they was the somehow I don't know how it happened. The ex girlfriend had came by his mom's house. I was there, and she was like, we in the back, but I'm walking in the hallway, and she was like, "Oh yeah, he's still not showed. Oh, girl is at the door. Mind you, I'm in the hallway, but I still back because I'm just like, ooh, what's she here for? Let me
Mhm.
get this before I pop off, do anything.
Mhm.
Oh, is he back from the family reunion?
Yeah.
Family reunion. He went to a family reunion today. I know we went to my mama's funeral, and we just got back.
Mhm.
But okay, okay. So me still being stupid and young, it was in the forefront of my brain, but I let it slide. I let it slide because I'm still grieving here. Um, so we gonna fast forward some more. Dodo Diddy gets pregnant.
Ooh.
So yeah, I'm pregnant in this thing. Mind you, that's still my man. That's my man.
Mm.
That's
Mm.
my man. So we in a relationship. We going out like it was literally.
Oh.
You couldn't tell me nothing about him because I knew it all. We told each other everything, so which I thought, but you're about to hit that part. So I'm pregnant. And you know how when you he was at work, and at this time we were staying with his mom because I didn't like to. I had my mom's house, but I didn't like staying there.
Mhm.
By this time, and that's a whole nother story time too, my stepdad and my sister had moved out. So I was paying at 1920, I'm paying a full mortgage by myself.
Mm.
And again, young and dumb. I ain't gotta get no job. I got money in the bank. Well, baby, if you not adding to that money, it's gonna
Right.
deplete. So
Right.
again, don't blame it on me. That was my young and dumb days. That was Dodo Diddy days. So I just hear something vibrating. Brrr.
Mhm.
And again, from my era, flip phones.
Mhm.
When flip phones were still in.
Right.
So I'm like, that this is not my phone. Where is this vibrating? Because I'm trying to sleep. I got this baby in my stomach. This me and my man's baby. I need to get my beauty rest. So it's still buzzing, buzzing, buzzing. I'm like, dang, where is that coming from? So I'm walking throughout the house, it's getting close. I'm like, okay, go in the bathroom. It's a phone right there on the back of the toilet. Don't ask me why I was there. It was, and I know it was my phone, but I'm nosy. I'm at home
Mhm.
alone. I ain't had nothing else to do but to watch Jerry Springer and sit up and eat sandwiches. So that's what I did. That was the only thing that stayed
That's
down at
what,
the time. Yes,
girl.
Jerry Springer and sandwiches. Yes, I did. So I'm going through the phone. I see this person's name. I'm like, "Ooh, Tia, don't do it, don't do it, girl. Girl, we finna do it.
We
Open up
doing
this. We
it.
doing it. We doing it, girl." I open up these text messages and went, y'all. When I say it was over 100 messages.
What?
Mm.
Now, mind you, this ain't my man's phone. This is his mama's phone.
What? You wait, hold on.
Yes, I went through the mama phone. I
But
did.
okay,
I
and
did it.
100 messages just that day.
Just that day, and it was over 100 messages. Mind you, I
Wow.
had just woke up, so this phone was going off. And at the time, she was a nurse. The mom was a nurse, so I don't know if she maybe was rushing out that morning and forgot it, but I just know I was the last person at home. So I went, like I said, I did it. I went through the messages, all of the I read all 100 and some of the
Oh
messages.
wow.
And at this
Ooh, she
time,
read
you
a
could
book.
not tell me I wasn't going into labor as hurt as I was.
Oh no.
Ooh, oh my God.
She having the girl was like, "You lied. You told me that he was at a family reunion. I found out he was at that girl mama funeral. Why would you lie about something like
Oh
that? And then
no.
now such and such and such and such is telling me that she's pregnant and she's staying with you. Do 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 do." So all these messages are coming in like this girl. Them two, they had a close bond because I'm not I hadn't said any names, but it was something with her mom and his mom, like took her up under her wing.
Mm.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
I knew what kind of mama I had. I ain't need all that. I just need you to be
Mhm.
a grandmama.
Right.
I wasn't looking for no mother. Yes, I was hurt because I'm basically staying up in your house. I got your
Right.
grandchild in me.
Mm.
Um,
Mhm.
so
Wow.
okay, so just let's just remember that phone. Again, now I have that's red flag number 2.5. We at 2.5 now. Um, so I don't know why this lady kept leaving her phone at home, but she would have it on silence. So that next morning, I put the phone that night. I put the phone back, of course, before she got home. So I guess she went through the messages, read them, and she texting her back. I don't know what you talking about. Now this the next day. I don't know what you talking about. Don't nobody stay with me. Why would I let one of his? It was a cuss word. Stay over here. I don't do that. I'm not that type of mother. And you talking about a baby? I wish he would get her pregnant, ma'am, ma'am,
Oh
ma'am. You I was going to a
no. Grandmama.
doctor in
Dang.
Gwinnett, and you begged for me to go to where you were working at so that you could come to all of my appointments, ma'am. And although I was small
Ooh.
as a stick and looked like a blow pop, a blow pop that had swallowed a grape, ma'am, you knew good and damn well that I was pregnant.
Oh no.
Oh,
So at this point, I was stressing myself out, and I know I was causing
Mhm.
stress to my child. So I packed myself up and I left. I
mm.
didn't even tell him that I was leaving. So when he got off of work, he was like, "Hey, what you doing? What you want to eat?" I was like, "Oh, I already done ate my sandwich. Um, I don't need you to do
Wait, there go
any.
that sandwich.
Yeah, there go my
A
sandwich. Cause
sandwich.
like I said, that's all I could hold down with sandwiches."
Girl.
Um, he was like, "What's wrong? Where you at?" I was like, "I'm at the house." And I literally, when my stepdad moved out, he left nothing in the house.
Mm.
And I was literally sitting that remainder of the day. I sat right there in the middle of my mom's bedroom and I cried my eyeballs out.
Mm.
Because
Mm.
for one,
Mm.
this whole
Mm.
time you still been messing with this girl.
Right.
And from that came, and we all grown. From that came an STD. That's why I said that was red flag number 2.5.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and luckily, I got that situated because I was pregnant.
Right.
Um, and number two, it was just when I say that I had never, like, I knew people lied, but I'm like, you lying.
You lying, like
Like when
you
you
got a
get
whole
off,
nother.
yeah, like when you get off, you literally, okay, you call, what do you want to eat? You want to try to eat something different because everybody know, like, when I was pregnant with my first son, I could not eat nothing. So yeah, sandwiches held me down
Mm-hmm.
because everything came back up. So, you would try to get me to eat. Like, this lady was literally, I was taken back. And
Mm.
so
Mm. Mm.
when he
Mm.
got there, I told him about the situation. Oh, I don't believe that. I'm like, dude, you could go through your mama phone. Cause at this point I had to, tell him, yeah, I went through your mama's phone. I seen this stuff. Like, yeah, you
Right.
call me nosy, but your mama trifling.
As hell.
So we wound up going back over there. Again, these is my dumb diddy days. But I felt vulnerable. Mind you, I just lost
Right.
my mama. I just
You
lost my
pregnant.
mom. My
Right.
stepdad took my little sister. Other family was like, she wilding out, doing this, and that. But I was still grieving. So anything
Mm-hmm.
that I felt that felt like love, or I felt that was giving me some type of like a bond, I
Mm-hmm.
gravitated towards it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I was trying to fulfill a void that had been taken from me.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yep.
So it was like, okay, well, at least I'm here. At least I was the dummy that got pregnant. And don't get me wrong, I don't, of course, kids are a blessing, but whoo, you
Yeah.
got to put 18 years behind that.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And now and really more because he
Yeah.
got
Hello. Well, mine, I'm cutting it off at 18. At 18, when you turn 18, I ain't got to talk to your folks no more. No
oh
more.
Period.
yeah, now that part, now the stress part, you know how that is.
Yeah. That's what
Period.
I'm talking about. I'm not talking about the child.
But
I'm
yeah, cut
talking about
it off.
the stress.
Ooh,
Right.
and,
That's what I'm talking about.
and you know what, T, when you said right there, cutting it off at 18, where I don't have to talk to you, deal with you. Some people don't even like it's like they forget that. Like, I mean what I say.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
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 Mm.
Yeah.
So
I can feel that.
it was crazy because it came out, and long story short, it came out them two was still messing with each other. At this time, she knew, y'all, this girl brought a gift to my baby shower.
Oh wow.
The other girl,
Yes. Like,
Oh
how
wow.
desperate are you?
She
wow.
didn't care. She didn't care. She didn't mind.
Didn't
She
care at
didn't mind it.
all.
She didn't care. Yeah.
Wow.
And there's women out here that's like that. They be like, I don't care. I ain't going nowhere. I don't care if he got a baby or whatever he's doing. I don't care.
Yeah.
It's a lot of women out here that get into that and do not care.
I'm sorry. I'm just not that. I went through my Dodo Diddy days, but baby, after that, and just even what I've been going through throughout the years with that same person, I'm just not that type of B word. I'm not.
Right.
I
Yeah.
will never. And I know my mama flipped in her grave, like, girl, what are you doing?
Right.
Like, what are you doing? I showed you love. I didn't show you this mess. This is mess.
Mess. Yeah.
A hot mess.
But like you
Yeah.
said, you were grieving, you were trying to fill a void. And we can't sit up here and act like that's not normal. normal. I don't like when we try to cover up or we try to, you know, just not. And when I say we, I'm really talking about how others can perceive someone else.
Right.
It's like, please, at some point, do you not realize? I mean, can you not realize? Just maybe, just ask yourself the question, okay? You know what? Maybe it's something going on with that person as to why they're doing this and that. Something isn't right.
Yeah.
Instead of judging and just like you said, and I know that was kind of like a figure of speech, parental. I didn't raise you like that, whatever. But at the end of the day, even as parents, we have, you know what, my child is going through something.
Yeah.
Or like you said, your family members talking about you out here wilding. Well, instead of saying that, can you know what? All right, she might be out there wilding, but while she out there wilding out, I'm about to go chase her down. I'm about to go. I'm gonna do what I can. Now,
Yeah, and I literally I had during that time. No, it was just you're doing wrong. You know better.
The judgment.
That's that. Yeah, and it was even. I even had to tell people to this day, like you're so distant. You're this because you lived in my past more than I did.
Okay.
I'm moving forward. So if you're still
Right.
back there, you're gonna be back there by yourself.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
Because she's not there anymore.
Right.
So if that's who you're looking for, wrong address. Move
Right.
on.
Move on. Move on.
Yeah.
And it's like now that I have my own family,
Yeah.
I can't. They can't live in the past with me. My husband, I can't take him back to that point.
Right.
So you need to move on.
Mhm. Right. Yeah.
And I just people gonna have something to say about you regardless, whether you're
Regardless.
doing bad or good.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And it's good though that you moved on from that, because sometimes people take that tragedy or that hurt to the next relationship and then don't know how to treat somebody that's literally there trying to show them all the love and that they care about them, and then they just can't let go of all the tragedies, and then you making that person suffer because you can't let go of what somebody else done did to you.
Right, right.
So that right there, that's mature.
But that's crazy you say that, Mo, because I kind of, it was that baby daddy, baby mama. And I hate those words. I hate them with a
Yeah.
passion.
Yeah. Me too.
But when I met my husband, I came into the relationship with a kid,
Mhm.
and he didn't know nothing about changing diapers or anything. And things kind of progressed with us kind of fast because boom, after us knowing each other for
Mhm.
3 months, I'm pregnant. Just
Mm.
murder, murder. But when you say that about not bringing it into it, I kind of did. But once I saw how it was affecting my husband, or he
Right.
wasn't my husband at the
Yeah.
time, but this was somebody who I knew genuinely cared about me,
Right. Mhm.
like showed compassion. So I'm like, I can't bring all that ghetto mess in this.
You can't.
You're gonna have to learn how to control this situation without it leaving you and going back in your past.
Right. Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I
Other than that,
agree.
you hold on to that hurt, and then you can doggone just get in your own way sometimes, and
Right,
just
Mm-hmm.
end something that's supposed to be there for you.
right.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
That's good. That's it's good that you recognize that,
Yeah.
because that wouldn't have been fair. I mean, he knows what he's coming into, but like you said, um it's a way to do it, to have it under control to where you lessen that drama
Right.
coming into
Mhm.
the relationship, a new relationship. So
Right.
yeah.
So I'm with Mo. Like when you told your story time, as far as with trust,
Mhm.
I that trust factor, mm-mm, no.
So
It's
are you having a hard time with trust now, Tia?
it takes a while. Like you
I
just
just
don't be open
I
with it
just
because
don't. I
Mm-hmm.
like what they say, in one ear, not the other. That's what I do,
Mm-hmm.
especially around them. And that's my child's grandma. I respect her because that's how I was raised.
mhm.
But at the same time, you could tell me something, and again, it's in one ear and not the other, because I just feel like after all that time and with you knowing me and stuff, like I just keep me out of that drama mess.
Right.
Keep me out of that.
Mhm.
I went through enough. Keep me out of it.
Yeah.
Yep.
I feel you on that. That's listening to your story, Tia, I can resonate with, even though it wasn't the exact same, a lot of similarities there, but like I said, the exact same situation. I can honestly say I know how it feels, when you're trying to fill a void,
Hmm.
which I guess leads me into my story time.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
So, my parents divorced. I was 9.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Um, I was 9. My sister was around, maybe, I think she was about 6. And over the years, I started to, you know, as I got older, I started to run into issues where, how can I say this? Um, how can I put this? Let's just say I started running into issues where I felt angry,
Hmm.
Mhm.
and I was feeling, I was feeling that way because and like I said, it started to progress as I got older, and I was feeling that way because my dad did not play his part as
Mm.
Mhm.
um he was not, I felt abandoned,
Mhm.
um and at one point, I think I was about 12. It had come to a point where we didn't talk, and it was kind of like you're waiting around for me to call, and
Right.
Mhm.
I'm the child in this situation.
Mhm.
um and then as I got older, how you kind of suppress some things, and you just, when you start to get that little attention from that person, even though it's not what you need, it's just that little breadcrumb in you, as
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
Mhm.
that breadcrumb. It was like I was just holding on to the breadcrumb. You get
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Because
Mhm.
after not getting it all, I'm like, okay, I'll just take the breadcrumb.
Yeah. Mhm.
You like, hey, it's better than nothing.
Right.
Yeah, right. But at the
Mhm.
same time, I was still hurt, still felt abandoned. I did not feel comfortable with my father anymore, as far as talking, like really talking, because he just gave off that I'm going to like he's gonna protect himself at all costs type of attitude, like protect his story, protect his truth, which was not the truth. You just keep his um just keep that mask on, pretty much, right?
Right.
While all along you're hurting your kids. So as I got older, you know, you have relationships, boyfriends, and all that kind of stuff. They come and go, blah blah blah. And when I think I was around the age of 16. Yep, 16. Um, and I remember, you know, I had friends that were, you know, and we talking real, that they were, you know, sexually active, but I was not, you know. And around that age, I started, you know, around there, you're really starting to smell yourself at a different level. You know, you start to smell yourself in those coming into those preteen, but at 16, you're really starting to really feel it on a whole different level. So with me, you know, trying to grow up, and here I am, I'm dead smack in between being a teenager and getting ready to be 20 in 4 years. It was like, okay, I'm feeling awkward, but yet I'm feeling like
I'm grown.
I'm grown. Right. I'm grown.
Yeah, I'm grown.
I'm grown. And now, you know, now I really have to start learning how to deal with boys. My mom can only teach me, you know, so much, and it's like it's a void. So let me try to go fix this void, or you know, with whom or what or whatever.
Right.
And so, you know, I remember talking to my friends again, just trying to follow the crowd, because now I'm this now. Because like you said, I think I'm grown.
Yep.
So I ended up meeting, you know how you meet your friend's boyfriend's friend type of thing. Started fooling around with him, and as I am not happy to say, ended up losing my virginity.
Well,
and
it happens.
Yeah, right. And so fast forward, and you know, went through that whole period with that. Then I meet someone else.
Okay, player.
I'm about crazy. Well, actually, well, look, before that, let me rewind real quick. Before I had gotten to that situation, you know, with losing my virginity or whatever, I had already met this guy. I met him. I was 15.
Okay.
And you know, he was dealing with some issues or something when he was in a hospital and stuff like that. And you know how things just kind of fade out again, and you just go on and meet this person, and then that's over with. And then he came back into my life. Now this time I was actually 16. I was 16. No, I was getting ready. Yeah, I was 16 when the second time came back around. So, you know, at that time, you're able to start dating, go on a date when we're allowed to, you know, where they got to come to the house, pick you up, and all that kind of stuff. And let me see. I may have been, by the time I was 17, I was getting ready to turn 18 that year, like within a few months. I had learned that I was pregnant with my oldest daughter, you know, and I was so disgusted, right? Because, you know, everything that I had talked about that I didn't want to do, didn't want to do, it was happening. Losing my virginity, now I'm pregnant, you know, I don't know. I'm confused. I don't, I don't want to have a baby. That's just what I, put in my head.
How
Right.
did you find out you was pregnant?
Yeah.
I took a how did I find? I took a test. I took a home pregnancy test because I was vomiting, and about the time I found out, I was a couple of months.
Oh, cool.
Mm.
Yeah, and so all right, so then I had made it in my mind. I was like, I can't. I don't want nobody seeing me. I don't know. But again, I remember, going over to his house a lot, spending a lot of time with him. My grandmother, my father's mom, she would come drag me out of that house. I mean, she would. Let me tell you something. Because, so let me add in this part, okay? Yes, I had gotten pregnant, but he was very abusive,
Mm.
very abusive, and
Mhm.
he knows who he is, and it hasn't changed. Um,
Mm.
yeah, I'm talking about black eye. I'm talking about fighting, punching,
What?
pulling
Mm.
hair, doing all kinds of stuff. Yes,
Mhm.
yes. And on top of that, I was hanging around his people. They really weren't my cup of tea. I mean,
Mhm.
I'm sorry. They again, this is trying to fit in or whatever, fit in where you can because you're trying to fill all kind of voids, you know.
Right.
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 Um, I mean, he would do all kind of stuff. Very controlling. I'm talking about, and he ended up getting diagnosed um with his um it was schizophrenic.
Mm.
Mm.
Yep,
Mm.
yep. And um
Mm. Mm.
I
Mhm. Mm.
remember, okay, so I ended up having my daughter early, a couple of months early, right? And ended up finding out because I was at school. Mind you, I was still in high school
Right.
Mhm.
here. And I ended up finding out that I was dilating.
Oh,
I,
at school.
it had started at school, and then I had a doctor's appointment. Went to the
Uh.
doctor, and they told me then because it was some bleeding.
Right.
Mm.
Okay. And as she proceeds, they're running tests, doing whatever, she proceeds to say that again, the STD.
Mm.
Ooh.
And
Mhm.
I'm like, at this point, you know how you trying to hold it together because deep
Mm-hmm.
down inside,
Mhm.
you know who you are, but you just cannot reach and grab that person out. Um,
Mhm.
and I think I just decided to play dumb. It was just, I just wanted it to go away. Let me just pretend I didn't hear that. I'll just
Right.
do whatever I need to do, and I won't speak of this. You know, it's done, right?
Mhm.
So disgusted. And I had made, so let me, okay, so back to I had made up in my mind that I didn't want to, I didn't want to have a child, whatever. But somehow along the way, I changed my mind.
Mhm.
Ended up having her, I was 18, ended up having her while I was still in, high school, had her, and I had made up in my mind that I was going to try to ease him out of my life because at this point he was nuts to me. I didn't he this was the same person. I don't know where he got this gun from. I don't know where he got the damn gun from, but I remember during a fight, another one of his, you know, we'll just say episodes, and we were going outside. No, I went outside. I went outside and he followed me, or whatever, and he lifted up this gun in his hand and pointed. And I,
Oh,
I
Oh
think,
goodness.
yeah, right. And I said, I can't remember if I said something or if I looked and I was in this shock. And then he tried to act like he wasn't pointing it at me, like he wasn't going to use it. And
wow.
I just thought to myself, this, this, this effing idiot. like like seriously, like we're being true here. That's how I saw it. That's how
Right.
that everything that was coming out. Like I didn't care about, at that time I wasn't concerned with mental health.
Right.
Let me just
Right.
put it like that. I didn't think, no, no, this idiot is crazy. It was just all kind of things, right? Because I'm in danger and I'm tired of him discoloring my body. So
Right.
she comes early, and you know how you go to the hospital and visit. This one particular day, mind you, I'm still in high school, still in school, doing my classes, doing well, just ready to graduate. I had actually finished a little early, and I was just ready to graduate. So I
Well,
was,
that was good.
yeah, I
That
was
was good.
working. Thank you, ladies. I was trying, but
Right. Right.
so I was working. I was just still working at that time, and just checking on her at the hospital every day. And this particular afternoon, um, a friend of his actually went with us, and we were coming back from the hospital, and I was driving, and we were in my car. I was driving. He was the child. I'm gonna say child's father because I don't like saying baby daddy, baby mama. That's just,
Right.
I get it. To each his own. Um, he was sitting in the passenger seat. My friend was sitting in the back. And I don't know what was going on at that time. Who knows? Only God does. He got so irate, like so mad. He start in the middle of, now, mind you, it's traffic because at this time it's about between 5 and 6 o'clock, and y'all what that looks like, right?
Right.
And he decides he was so mad, and I'm going back. I'm saying, so I'm exchanging a few words too. And he decides in the midst of aside from being in the street where where cars are driving, traffic is here. He decides to jerk my steering wheel, peel it. He's gonna kill us. I don't know. This is by the grace of God because I found a way to pull that car over. Let me tell you something. I put it in park, took that seatbelt off, and I started whooping that ass. I had enough. I had enough. I remember his friend being in a shock, in a rage. Like, I guess he was like, oh, I hope I'm not next. But I mean, it was just that was the start of me getting tired, right?
Yeah. You blacked out.
I took my fist, I was just punch him in his face, just thinking about my eyes being black, scratches on me and pulling my hair out, my pretty hair, like you done crossed the line. You done
Right.
my physical appearance. Now I got to go clean myself up, heal myself, do what I can. Luckily, I got thick hair and it hid and you couldn't tell, but I knew it was there. You know what I mean?
Right.
Every person knew it was there. How dare you? So yeah, let me light your face up real quick. Let me light up everything. Let me light it up. And I'm for real. Anybody can say, well, she was hitting on, you know what? Yeah, I was. Because for years, so let me finish out this story before I move any further with that. So after that, he's calling the police. Can y'all believe it? Can y'all believe it? He's calls the police.
How dare you?
Right.
Mind you, now he giving them my address where I'm living because I'm still living at home. My mother, of course, at the time. So the police come or whatever. So I'm like thinking in my head, I'm not about to go home, right?
Right.
But then let's just say the gangster in me said, you know what? Let's go. I'm going. Let's go. You want to call the police? Okay. I had just got so I was just so tired. Like tired. And I ended up being I don't even think they handcuffed me. You know how so any domestic case, well, if they gotta come out,
everybody going to jail.
Well, it depends on
that's the rule now.
That's the rule now.
But back then it was whoever got the scratches.
Exactly. So you know who went? I did.
Right.
So they driving me to the station, whatever. And the officer's talking to me saying, you seem like you come from a good home. You're a good girl. You don't need to be messing around with a dude like that. And he's like, I have to. He's like, this is just going to be a misdemeanor. You can get it off your record. But, I have to take you in only because you saw his face. You see his whole neck. It was on his neck, his head, his cheeks, his nose, his eyes. Because, they got to take pictures.
Right.
And, he said, I have to take you just because whatever. And let me tell y'all, I ended up getting out. It was my grandma and my mom. Mind you, I didn't say my dad, my mom and my dad. My grandma and my mom came in. They was waiting for me. I, got out. They did a little, bonding thing or whatever. And Lord have mercy. And so nope, that's something else. See, sneak peek of something else. Hold on, I back up. That one that time. Y'all like, how many times you been in jail, girl?
Darn.
My friend got thug life tatted.
Real. And you look at me, I'm like, yeah, Sadiq. No, I'm just kidding. But it was like so when I got out that time, I don't know. I can't remember how I got home because apparently I didn't have my car. I don't remember that. But anyway, it was daytime. Honey, got in that shower. Well, wrap my hair up, went in the shower, got out the shower, combed that, wrapped down, put on some clothes. My mama had a note on the counter with the little card and stuff saying you need to get your baccalaureate dress and get ready, finish getting your stuff ready for graduation. Girl, got that stuff, jumped in my car, went to the mall to get my stuff ready to graduate. Like, I just got out of jail.
Right. And who gonna check me?
Right. And now I'm about to go get my diploma.
Right.
He's not gonna put his hands on me.
From the jailhouse to graduation.
Hey.
From the jailhouse to the graduation. Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah. Let's go. Let's go.
I am not mad.
Let me tell you, that's why I said this is going to be a series because we all have so many stories that just go. It gets better and better. I know I can say that on my part. I can say it for myself. And I'm sure y'all can. It gets better and better because I really want to, like I said, I want to touch on, just our experiences, how it affected us. Of course, the lessons that we learn, once we have gone through it and come out of it. But, I knew that this topic was going to bring, it's not just one breaking point. It's like so many, right? So many that wraps up into a big ball. And that's, and you can't leave those little ones out. You know what I mean? It's like, tell us. Somebody got to hear it. Because you ain't the only one. Walking around here, oh, I can't, and went to jail. Let me tell you something. On applications, jobs, when they ask, oh, yeah, I've been, and this is why.
Yeah.
And
You say yes?
And the stuff ain't even on the record because it happened I mean, I was young younger when that happened. So, that stuff don't mean nothing. But, it's like when they ask, a certain question like been to jail, that's different. It's like the question of having a felony or misdemeanor. Then it's a separate question. You hadn't been to jail. So anytime I see that one, yes, I say yeah. And guess what? Every time I have, now I'm gonna put this disclaimer out there. I'm not telling anybody who's listening to do that, because
Right. We're definitely not promoting
right.
violence or anything.
and giving bad information, or we're not lawyers, anything. So, well, she said she put no, to your own discretion. That's
right.
However you feel you need to answer that question. So don't
nope, because we ain't paying nobody's bond.
Nope, I didn't say do that.
At all.
In my experience, because I was being truthful, I just got that in that email, and not even 24 hours later, it'd be like, welcome to the team.
Them folks hired you because they were scared of you, thug life.
Yeah, you know why? Because they do ask you to explain what happened, and I do. And this is why. And I said, he put his hands on me. He did, and I do not regret it.
Right.
Let somebody just be. When I tell y'all, it's more on just on that one person. And then I got more involving other. Let me tell you something. We got to get to talking because these people need to hear this stuff. They need to come on out and live their truth and free themselves and stop worrying about what somebody's saying, what somebody's thinking, what happened in their past. That's why we have to talk about these breaking points. That's why we're story times. That's why I asked you all to join me, and help me lift, not just my voice, but you all's voice to help other people lift theirs. We have to talk about this stuff. We don't want to talk about it. We make excuses on why we can't, what's holding us back, because I done went through this and went through that. But again, we're gonna get deeper. We're gonna dive so deep into it. We've already been on here for an hour and a half, so we don't want to take up too much time. But this is gonna be a series, so y'all ladies ready? Because the listeners ready. They want to hear it.
Yeah, I'm ready for the rest of my story.
Okay.
I need good. We're gonna talk about this at the park. I can't wait.
To be continued with the foolery.
But people need to because it is gonna get juicier, and I'm not throwing out juicier like no, these, because we have to point out the lessons learned.
Right.
We have to,
and it's meant to, you tell your story, and yes, it was a breakthrough, but it was something that you grew from. You know what you won't go back to. You know what you're willing to tolerate and what you're not willing to tolerate. But if a lesson isn't learned out of it, you ain't went through a breakthrough yet. If you keep doing the same thing over and over, you ain't learned nothing.
I ain't learned nothing yet.
That's right. That's right. So look, let's keep them on the edge, because I sure did with my story. And y'all got some. I'm excited to hear the rest of it. I love good story times, but I love to hear the success and the accomplishments behind it. And like you said, the growth, because that's what matters the most. And we have to remember that the things that we go through in life, I believe that things happen for a reason.
Right.
Sometimes we go can steer ourselves in the wrong direction and get off path from what we're put here to do. But again, we have to go through things. How will we know how to handle if we don't get taught the lesson.
Right.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And it is, for me, I feel it's better, better if you can learn those lessons sooner in life. I think it's the better.
The better.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
don't.
Sometimes you gotta go through something to get to where you need to get to. So
Look, and if you don't learn them the first time, well, guess what? You're gonna have to repeat it.
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
Got to learn.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, ladies, I would like to go ahead and start to wrap things up. I'm excited about this series of, our story time, the breaking points here. Is there anything you all want to leave the listeners with? What y'all want to close it out with?
Stay tuned for part 2. It gets better
That
with our
part.
characters, Cindy and Matthew.
Y'all remember those characters,
Right.
Cindy and Matthew, please, Cindy and Matthew. Oh, and was it Bernard?
Benjamin.
I'm sorry,
Right.
Benjamin.
Benjamin. But Benjamin won't be in.
Won't be in. Okay.
Benjamin won't be in. Benjamin was just that piece right there. It's all gonna be about Cindy and Matthew.
Look, so Benjamin was just an extra. That's the part he was.
Yeah, Benjamin was an extra for many years, long time.
Oh
But
Lord, y'all got some stuff. Yeah, hold that. We can't. Yeah, let's hold that.
Right, Mo, because I'm finna get off and call you then. Eat my tea served hot.
I'm telling you.
Oh Lord.
Been through some hell and back, but we got here.
Yeah.
We here.
Yep. And like you said, Mo, stay tuned. Stay tuned. Tia, what you got for us, girl?
My thing is for the young listeners, whether you're male or female, know your self-worth. Learn that early so you won't have to play nobody's fool. If you know it's something that you don't or never have tolerated, don't do it. You ain't got to do it.
Yep.
It's somebody out here for everybody. And that ain't even just in relationships. That's relationships, friendships, with family, everything. It's you don't have to tolerate stuff from people at all.
Not when you don't have to. That is true.
And I think our generation that's coming up, social media got y'all going crazy.
Hey, you gotta be strong. You gotta be strong and confident to be on social media. You really really have to be strong within yourself, be grounded in yourself to be on social media, because everything is not what it seems.
You gotta know the real from the fake, because
yes, ma'am.
Yes, indeed.
And stay tuned for series. What is it? Part 2. Part 2, because it gets better. It gets better.
All right. Well, we're gonna wrap it up here, and I just want to wish our listeners who are mothers, even if you are playing a role of a mother, that still means you. We wish you all a happy Mother's Day.
Yes.
You all have a great weekend. Spend it how you want to. It's about you. And just relax as much as you can, especially with that mental. So
yes.
Right.
All right. Well, again, Mother's Day. Have fun, be safe, and peace, love, and light. We are out.
All right. Talk to you guys later.
See ya, ladies.
Bye.
Bye-bye.